Alright guys, so we're on the play here, and this is assuredly not a mulligan. I'm not necessarily sure it's good, although it does get better with Golden Hind. It's definitely not a mulligan. Alright, and our opponent seems to be feeling differently about his hand. Leading with the Forest, so we can play Swordwise Centaur on 2 if we need to. Slash, if we draw it, we'd be more than happy to. See what our opponent is playing. Plains. Alright, so one of the things I found out about this format is that a lot of people think the format is aggressive. Because like Theros was insanely aggressive. Born in the Gods was pretty aggressive, and this just like weakens it even further. So basically what happens is like everybody's all up on the aggressiveness of the format. And so everyone's trying to draft these like white-based aggro decks still, which just makes it impossible for everyone else to, basically. Okay, so the question is do we just go for Ordeal here, or is Daxos too much of a threat? And I think the answer is we have to go for Ordeal, because we're going to be able to kill it with Sip of Hemlock at some point. We kind of have to get our own engine going first. Like this can definitely be deadly, but he can't like play lands from our deck or anything. Daxos just doesn't work that way. It's not like Nightville Spectre. So I think just continuing the beatdowns is the best plan. It's a very good turn 3 play though. Seems he's just attacking. Should go all for him. Obviously can't block. Leaf Crown Dryad. So you can play that. That is pretty good for him. He's just able to play our cards. But, I mean, again, hopefully it'll work out for us in the end. Hopefully we'll be able to, like, draw a land here. Either slam Swarmborth Giant. Actually, no, we wouldn't be able to because of Daxos, so we'll just play Market Festival and try to sit next turn. Or, like, Hythonia Monstrous, kill everything, win the game. My guess is he's now trying to figure out how to use Daxos. So in all reality, I will probably pause this video while he tries to use it, and then come back when he figures it out. Oh, quick learner. Yeah, it is. MTGO does not make it easy to learn things like that. There's no reason not to just Market Festival right now. It means we'll have 6 lands assuredly the next turn, and then 8 lands assuredly the next turn after that. As long as he doesn't, do something to our our Triton. So he doesn't know we're winning the race, but we are, just because we have a monstrous Hythonia soon, and or Sip of Hemlock, and or both. So if he can just whiff this turn, we'll be in the driver's seat. I mean, previously I was happy he hit the Leaf Crown Dryad, but now I'm pretty happy. What's the exile? Karametra's Acolyte. Alright. I'm totally good with that. Give it flying. Swordwise Centaur. Alright, so I want to get in here. If he has like a trick of some sort, he'll use it, I suppose. We're going to get 2 black lands. Actually, we probably just want to remove the Daxos. No, because that seems insane. Yeah, we're not removing the Daxos. We're just playing Hythonia, and then next turn, if things go wrong with Hythonia, then we can play Sip. But this definitely seems like the best game plan. I mean, mostly it allows us to kill a bunch of things next turn. So that's good. Also, we can like attack with our 5/6 and 4/6, and then monstrous, or like sip one of his things, attack with everything. Those are all options. He's still obviously attacking with Daxos here. just because he wants to gain as much life as possible, and he knows that we can monstrous next turn. So that is very correct. Card will he exile? Scourge Mark. So that may be one that he plays, or it will obviously be one that he plays. Unless he has a 4-drop that he really wants to get out there, or like, you know, a Griptide or something. If he doesn't play it, if he doesn't play Scourge Mark, and he plays, and he doesn't play anything else, it means that he just has a Griptide he wants to play. So, also I'm pretty sure with Daxos you have to play the card that turn. Yeah, until EOT. So, it's not like he can afford to wait and play it next turn. Assuming this is going to be that Scourge Mark. Also, we didn't see any Voyage's End in the draft. We did see a Hubris, however. So, there is one Hubris at the table that we know of, and nothing else. It's kind of weird, because Nyxborn Triton is actually the perfect Daxos blocker, because its power is small enough to block it. But, you know, we just kind of went with it anyways. I think we're just attacking and monstrosing. Seems like the current best game plan. I'm assuming he's going to block here, go to 12. Actually, we don't need a monstrous. If he does block here, we can just sip it. Yeah, that seems completely reasonable, actually. I'm pretty sure he's dead on, like, infinite fronts. But I guess we'll just wait to actually kill him here. Alright, so obviously attacking with everything. And let's see if he blocks. Yeah, he did. Okay, so we can just straight up murder Daxos. Not let me use this mana. Alright, so Swordwise Centaur. I don't know, sometimes the way like Moto or MTGO uses mana is like a little weird. Pretty outdated program, as I've like said previously. So occasionally it takes some finagling. It's a really good word, by the way. I will kill Daxos. His opponent will die on the next turn. If I have anything to say about it, that is. Alright, Warring Siren is definitely okay. I guess he's just gonna pop font. Yup. Try to play land. Yup. Go ahead. You could even play God's Willing next turn. I won't be sad. So I guess the issue with this deck is like because of no Kruphix Insight, Satyr Wayfinder is a little awkward, but it's fine. Like it just gets a land and we can put an ordeal on it or whatever. Is there any reason to play more things? How much am I ready to go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 mana, so I can just play all the green things in my hand. Seems completely reasonable. I'll get that on. Alright, so I don't think you can possibly win now. Whelming Wave would probably set us back a turn. We would just explode onto the board again and be okay. Yep. And that's gonna be it. So that was pretty good. That was a pretty good turn 8 board state. So what do we have here? We have some white-blue aggro deck where Weight of the Underworld is actually the nuts. Nyx's Fusion also seems as though it's going to be very strong. I'm interested in cutting blue. I'm actually cutting blue. Oh my god, do we bring in... Because we have these 2 removal spells to tutor for, Do we just go all out now? Um, I think this is actually the matchup to do it in. State Wayfinder isn't fantastic, and Karametra's Acolyte isn't fantastic in this matchup. Let's play another Swamp, another Forest, and another Swamp. Alright, well, I guess this is the matchup to play that, like, those cards in, because they're straight up removal spells. So, yeah, and this hand is very, very good. So, yeah, no complaints here. Wow, this hand just got better. It's like definitely not a hand you expect, but it's pretty solid. Skyguard. So are we golden hiding or dealing? Because we only have 2 lands, I think we want to Ordeal. We can double Ordeal next turn. And we can get 4 lands out of our deck on turn 3. That seems reasonable, actually. Yeah, totally reasonable. Alright, you're playing fonts and I'm getting lands. That's fine. Alright, so this is our turn 3, so we should have 3 lands in play. So we're going to get Swamp Forest. We're going to have 4 lands in play. So even without drawing lands, we're still somehow managing to ramp. It's pretty sweet. Also, I guess we're just not sacrificing it ever, obviously. I was very worried about that being Daxos, but anything else is not important. Also, Grim Guardian is completely nutsos right now. It's okay in our initial build with like 8 enchantments. It's really good in this build with like millions of them. Tupac and his millions. Have you ever been beaten down with a Renowned Weaver before? Probably not. But I would imagine that he's not having that much fun. Pretty sure just playing Market Festival and opening up the floodgates is the way to go. Yeah, this is only turn 5. Or this is turn 4 actually. So turn 5 we're gonna untap with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana. We're gonna have 9 mana on turn 5. Is that reasonable? Our draw was so silly. So silly. Just unbeatable. Alright, so I didn't see a Crow and Skyguard either. Also, not too sure how good the fonts are. The green font is really, really good, I think, in Limited. The blue one is probably merely not decent, I guess. I don't know. Merely mediocre, merely passable, something like that. Also, Whirring Siren does not scare me. Jeez! Okay, so we're going to play a land at some point, I'd assume. We're also going to attack at some point, I guess. God's Willing? No God's Willing, alright. So we're going to play Grim Guardian first. The reasons being obvious. So now we have 4 mana available. This is so sweet. We don't have any 1-man enchantments, so there's no reason to Kruvik's Insight right now. So we won't be able to play it. We can play Golden Hind, I guess. No, we do not like trying the sack spider. Alright, so next turn we can just go off with Krufix's Insight and Grim Guardian. Alright. So I've had Skybind played against me once before, and it was okay. And once again, someone's playing it, and it's okay. It's 5 mana, remove all counters from something. I guess, like, sometimes it's better than that. It's probably, at best, just a decent sideboard card. I would probably never main deck it. Although, obviously, the point is that you're in, like, Constellation deck, and you can just, like, blink Nylea's Presences, and you just draw cards. Like, you know, every time I play an enchantment, I draw a card, target opponent loses 1 life, then the enchantment resolves. Which is probably pretty good. Also, Master of Feast seems completely nuts. Let's do this first. I will take a Karametra's Favor. I'll play it on my Renowned Weaver. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I'll play another Krufix's Insight. Getting a Scourge Mark. Alright, so the rest of those aren't great. And then I will do the only correct thing and play Master of Feast. That was clearly the only correct play there. Two Krufix's Insights. Alright, so Scourge Mark draws a card and deals a damage. Alright, that's fine. You can kill my Karametra's Favor thing. I mean, obviously you trade there when you have the opportunity, which I gave him. So I'm pretty sure he just dies next turn. Even if I'm not able to attack, because I'm going to draw a card. Oh god. 9 cards in deck. Is that his new game plan, just to deck me? Can you Divination me? That would be helpful. I don't think he can win on 4 lands, even if he has infinite cards. He could Supreme Verdict with, if he had another blue source? No, double white. He could Supreme Verdict. Alright, you can draw as many cards as you want, buddy. Weight of the Underworld. Alright, we're just going to get in there. I'm not really sure what could go wrong here. I mean, and we have 2 enchantments, so we can do 2 damage after combat. So it seems like decent just to attack with everything. Breaching Hippocampus. Okay. He's trying to block Master, but it doesn't have flying. It looks as though it has flying, but it does not. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? You're going to block the Grim Guardian. Alright. GG's. Well, that was round 1. On to round number 2.